Chapter 1: Eerie Legacy. The old family mansion, shrouded in a past darkness, stood at the edge of a quiet town. Many people whispered about the cursed legacy that resided within its walls. The locals avoided the place as if it were tainted. The family's lineage had endured for generations, and the rumors only grew more ominous over time. One day, a young explorer named Elliot became intrigued by the enigmatic mansion. He decided to investigate the history of this ominous house. Searching through old maps and records, he began unraveling the mysteries of its past. Elliot's investigation was time-consuming, often leading to dead ends, but he refused to give up. Eventually, he unearthed the chilling truth of a haunting event from the past. The family possessed an ancient mirror that was rumored to reflect past traumas. Tragedy struck when a young girl from the family became possessed by the mirror's malevolence. She descended into madness, spreading fear among those around her. Tragically, she took her own life, leading to the mirror's eventual confinement. Elliot delved deeper into the history of the cursed mansion, uncovering unsettling tales of the family's past. The town's archives revealed accounts of inexplicable occurrences that had plagued the family for generations. Stories spoke of restless spirits, eerie apparitions, and unexplained disappearances that were connected to the malevolent mirror. As Elliot continued his investigation, he stumbled upon a long-forgotten diary belonging to one of the mansion's former residents. The diary entries were filled with haunting descriptions of the girl's descent into madness after gazing into the mirror. The young girl had become obsessed with the mirror's sinister allure, and her mental state deteriorated rapidly, leaving her family in fear and desperation. Elliot also learned about a local legend that warned of an ancient curse tied to the mirror. According to the legend, anyone who possessed the mirror would be tormented by their darkest fears and memories, ultimately falling victim to its malevolence. Undeterred by the chilling revelations, Elliot felt compelled to understand the mirror's power and the reasons behind its curse. He sought advice from local historians and paranormal experts, hoping to find a way to break the curse and liberate the mansion from its haunting past. During his research, Elliot encountered townsfolk who were hesitant to discuss the cursed mirror, fearing that even speaking of it could invite its malevolence. He sensed a pervasive sense of unease among the locals, and some even believed that the mirror's curse extended to the entire town. As he delved further into the enigma, Elliot began experiencing strange phenomena himself. Nightmares plagued his sleep, and he started catching glimpses of eerie reflections in everyday objects. His friends and family urged him to abandon the investigation, worried that he might fall victim to the same fate as the cursed family. However, Elliot's determination only grew stronger as he felt a mysterious connection to the past. He couldn't shake the feeling that unraveling the secrets of the mirror was his destiny, and only by doing so could he break the cycle of torment that had plagued the mansion and its inhabitants for so long. With newfound resolve, Elliot decided to confront the mirror directly. Armed with ancient rituals and protective charms, he ventured back to the mansion's underground chamber, where the mirror lay concealed for years. As he gazed into the mirror's ominous depths, he felt an overwhelming surge of darkness trying to consume him. But Elliot refused to succumb to fear. He summoned every ounce of courage he had and chanted the ritual words, hoping to sever the mirror's malevolent connection to the past. As the air around him crackled with unseen energy, the mirror's reflection wavered, and for a moment, he thought he saw the tormented face of the young girl who had been trapped within its confines. Suddenly, a blinding light enveloped Elliot, and he felt an intense force pulling him into the mirror. He struggled against it, but the pull was relentless. Just when he thought he might be lost forever, the ritual's power surged, breaking the mirror's curse. Elliot found himself back in the mansion, but something was different. The mirror, once a vessel of darkness, now gleamed with a faint, comforting light. The curse had been broken, and the mansion was finally free from the grip of its haunting past. As he stepped outside, Elliot felt an overwhelming sense of relief. The weight of the cursed legacy that had haunted the mansion for generations had finally been lifted. He knew that the town would never forget its dark history, but now it could begin healing and moving forward. But, as he walked away from the mansion, Elliot couldn't shake the feeling that the mirror's malevolence wasn't truly gone. He knew that some darkness would always linger within its depths, waiting for an opportunity to resurface. The curse might have been broken, but the memory of the haunting past would forever live on in his heart. Elliot continued his quest to understand the mirror's mysteries. The newfound light within the mirror intrigued him, but he couldn't shake the feeling that the darkness still lurked within its depths. He sought the advice of experts, hoping to find a way to neutralize the residual malevolence. The townsfolk, relieved that the mansion's curse had been lifted, cautiously supported Elliot's investigation. They provided him with old records and artifacts, hoping they could help shed light on the mirror's origins. As Elliot pored over the ancient texts and studied the mirror's intricate engravings, he began to piece together a troubling history. The mirror had once belonged to a powerful sorceress who had used it to harness dark energies. Her thirst for power led her to perform forbidden rituals, ultimately causing the mirror to become a vessel for malevolence. With this revelation, Elliot understood that the mirror's curse was not merely the result of a single tragic event but an accumulation of centuries of dark magic. Breaking the curse completely would require an extraordinary feat of magic and sacrifice. As he delved deeper into the sorceress's past, he discovered that she had a descendant, a young girl named Isabella, who was the last surviving member of the family. The weight of responsibility fell heavily on Elliot's shoulders as he realized that he might be the key to breaking the mirror's curse once and for all. He sought out Isabella, who had been living in isolation, shunned by the town due to her family's dark legacy. Elliot's heart went out to her, knowing that she had suffered unjustly for sins she hadn't committed. With compassion in his heart, Elliot approached Isabella and revealed his findings about the mirror's true history. He explained that they could work together to permanently cleanse the mirror of its malevolence. Isabella was hesitant at first, burdened by the fear of awakening the dark magic within her bloodline. But Elliot's sincerity and determination inspired her to confront her fears and embrace her legacy. Together, they embarked on a perilous journey to a remote sacred site where powerful magic still resonated. Guided by ancient texts, they performed a complex ritual to channel the light of purity into the mirror. As the ritual reached its climax, a swirling vortex of energy enveloped the mirror. Elliot and Isabella poured their hearts and souls into the spell, determined to break the curse that had plagued their family for centuries. With a blinding burst of light, the mirror shattered into countless fragments. The malevolence that had been trapped within it dispersed into the ether, never to return. Elliot and Isabella had succeeded in cleansing the mirror of its curse. Exhausted but elated, they returned to the mansion, where the townsfolk gathered to witness the aftermath of their triumph. The mansion, once a symbol of fear, was now a place of hope and redemption. Elliot and Isabella's brave efforts had not only liberated their family from the curse, but had also brought healing to the town. The dark chapter in their history could finally be closed, and a new era of harmony and understanding could begin. As they stood before the now broken mirror, Elliot and Isabella knew that their lives had been forever changed. The journey had been fraught with danger and sacrifice, but it had also taught them the power of compassion, unity, and the strength to confront darkness. Their legacy would no longer be one of fear and sorrow, but of courage and redemption. The town would remember their names not as bearers of a cursed past, but as heroes who had vanquished the malevolence that once consumed their family and their home. In the aftermath of their victory over the mirror's curse, Elliot and Isabella found themselves facing a new reality. The town hailed them as heroes, but the burden of their newfound fame weighed heavily on their shoulders. They knew that their journey was far from over, and the shadows of the past still lingered in their hearts. Elliot, haunted by the memories of his own struggle with the mirror's malevolence, found it difficult to return to a normal life. Nightmares continued to plague his sleep, and he often caught himself glancing at mirrors with trepidation, fearing the malevolent presence would return. Isabella, too, struggled to come to terms with her family's dark legacy. While the town's perception of her had changed, the scars of isolation and fear ran deep. She grappled with a sense of responsibility for her ancestors' actions, even though she had played no part in their sins. In their moments of vulnerability, Elliot and Isabella found solace in each other's company. They formed a deep bond, understanding that they shared a unique connection that no one else could comprehend. Together, they confronted their fears and insecurities, finding strength in unity. As they continued their research into ancient magic, they discovered a forgotten ritual that could help them permanently seal the mirror's malevolence. This ritual, however, required immense sacrifice and unwavering resolve. The decision weighed heavily on both of them. Elliot knew that their journey had already taken a toll on their lives, but he couldn't bear the thought of the mirror's curse ever returning. Isabella, too, wrestled with the implications of the ritual, fearing the consequences it might bring. In the end, they resolved to confront the mirror one final time. With hearts heavy but determined, they returned to the mansion's underground chamber, where the broken fragments of the mirror lay scattered. The ritual demanded the convergence of their deepest emotions: love, fear, pain, and hope. As they channeled their energies into the fragments, the mirror began to resonate with a strange, ethereal light. The bond between them intensified, and for a fleeting moment, they felt the presence of their ancestors watching over them. The ritual required them to make a profound sacrifice, to relinquish their memories of the mirror and the darkness it had brought into their lives. They knew that in doing so, they would forever lose a part of themselves, but they were willing to pay the price for the greater good. With tearful eyes and trembling hearts, they let go of their memories, watching them dissipate like the morning mist. The fragments of the mirror glowed brightly one last time before vanishing, leaving behind only a feeling of profound peace and closure. As Elliot and Isabella emerged from the underground chamber, they felt a profound transformation within themselves. The weight of the mirror's curse had been lifted, and they had finally found a semblance of peace. The town, unaware of the sacrifice they had made, celebrated their apparent triumph once more. But Elliot and Isabella knew that their journey had been a bittersweet one, marked by loss and self-discovery. In the end, they had learned that confronting darkness required not just courage, but also acceptance and the willingness to let go of the past. Their legacy was not just one of heroism, but of compassion, sacrifice, and the resilience of the human spirit. Though the shadows of their haunted pasts would always be a part of them, Elliot and Isabella faced the future with hope and a newfound appreciation for the complexities of life. As they walked away from the mansion, they knew that their journey together was far from over. They had become beacons of light, guiding others through their own darkness, and forever intertwined in their shared quest for redemption. As Elliot and Isabella ventured forth into their new lives, they couldn't escape the feeling that something ominous loomed on the horizon. Despite their sacrifices and the apparent triumph over the mirror's curse, a lingering unease remained in the depths of their souls. Strange occurrences began to unfold in the town. Shadows seemed to dance in the corners of people's vision, and eerie whispers echoed in the night. The townsfolk whispered of a malevolent force that sought to reclaim the mirror's power. Elliot and Isabella knew that their journey was not over. The malevolence they had faced was merely a fragment of the mirror's true darkness. They sensed that the mirror's curse still cast a shadow over the town, waiting for an opportune moment to strike back. Together, they sought guidance from the wisest elders in the town, hoping to find answers to the growing darkness. The elders revealed ancient prophecies that foretold of a powerful entity connected to the mirror, an ancient sorcerer who had once wielded the mirror's dark magic. According to the prophecies, the sorcerer had been banished to the realm of shadows eons ago, and the mirror had been the key to his liberation. It was said that only the one who broke the mirror's curse had the power to face the sorcerer and prevent his malevolence from engulfing the world. Faced with the daunting task ahead, Elliot and Isabella knew they had no choice but to confront the sorcerer. They embarked on a treacherous journey, seeking out forgotten realms that lay beyond the boundaries of their reality. Their path was fraught with peril, as they encountered malevolent spirits and deceptive illusions that tested the strength of their resolve. But the bond they shared served as an anchor in the tempest, giving them the strength to push forward. As they delved deeper into the realm of shadows, they came face to face with the sorcerer himself. An ancient and malevolent presence, he exuded power and darkness that seemed to swallow everything around him. Elliot and Isabella knew that defeating the sorcerer required more than just physical strength or magic. They needed to tap into the essence of their sacrifice, the love and selflessness that had brought them this far. With unwavering determination, they confronted the sorcerer, channeling the purity of their hearts into a powerful surge of light. The sorcerer's malevolence lashed out at them, but they stood firm, refusing to succumb to darkness. In a titanic clash of forces, light and shadow battled for supremacy. The realm of shadows trembled as the very fabric of reality seemed to unravel. The fate of the world hung in the balance, and only the strength of Elliot and Isabella's bond could tip the scales. With one final surge of light, the sorcerer's malevolence was shattered, and the realm of shadows crumbled away. Elliot and Isabella emerged victorious, having overcome the darkest manifestation of the mirror's curse. As they returned to their town, they were hailed as saviors once more, but this time, they knew the truth. The battle they fought in the realm of shadows was but one chapter in an eternal struggle between light and darkness. They understood that the mirror's curse would always linger on the edge of their reality, waiting for a chance to resurface. But they also knew that their sacrifice and their love had the power to protect their world from the encroaching darkness. Elliot and Isabella faced the future with a newfound determination. They were no longer defined by their haunted pasts, but by the strength they had discovered within themselves. Their journey had taught them that the true essence of heroism lay not in the absence of darkness, but in the courage to embrace it and to choose the path of light. As they walked hand in hand, they knew that their legacy would be forever etched in the hearts of the town, a beacon of hope and a reminder that even in the darkest of times, love and sacrifice could overcome the shadows. The victory over the malevolent sorcerer in the realm of shadows brought a temporary respite to the town. However, Elliot and Isabella knew that the mirror's curse was a persistent force, ever ready to rear its head once more. They understood that their journey was far from over, and they needed to remain vigilant. As days turned into weeks, the town slowly returned to its peaceful existence. But Elliot and Isabella couldn't shake the feeling that darkness still lurked in the shadows, waiting for an opportune moment to strike again. They spent countless hours researching ancient texts and consulting with mystical experts, seeking ways to further weaken the mirror's malevolence. The answers they sought seemed elusive, and the weight of responsibility bore down on them. In their quest for knowledge, they stumbled upon a forgotten tale of a legendary artifact known as the Light of Hope. According to the ancient lore, this artifact held the power to dispel darkness and cleanse even the most malevolent curses. Elliot and Isabella realized that this artifact might hold the key to permanently breaking the mirror's curse. Determined to find it, they embarked on a perilous journey to distant lands, braving treacherous terrains and facing formidable foes. Their journey took them through ancient ruins and mythical landscapes. They encountered benevolent beings who offered guidance and malevolent entities that sought to hinder their progress. Yet, every step they took was infused with the determination to protect their world from the malevolence that threatened it. As they drew closer to the artifact's rumored location, they faced their most challenging trial yet. A labyrinthine maze guarded the artifact, designed to test the courage and resolve of those who sought it. Traps and illusions challenged their minds, but Elliot and Isabella navigated the maze with unwavering trust in each other. In the heart of the labyrinth, they encountered a guardian spirit, ancient and wise. The spirit recognized the purity of their intentions and bestowed upon them the light of hope. The artifact emanated a brilliant radiance, instilling a sense of awe and empowerment in its bearers. Armed with the light of hope, they returned to their town, ready to face the mirror's curse once and for all. They knew that breaking the curse required a final confrontation with the mirror's malevolence. Elliot and Isabella ascended to the mansion's underground chamber, where the mirror lay dormant. With the light of hope in hand, they channeled its power into a beacon of blinding light. The mirror's malevolence writhed and recoiled, weakened by the overwhelming brilliance of the artifact. Together, they recited ancient incantations and infused the light of hope with the love and sacrifice they had shown throughout their journey. The mirror's malevolence trembled, unable to withstand the force of their combined will. In a final surge of power, the mirror shattered into countless shards, scattering across the chamber. The malevolence that had once consumed it was vanquished, and in its place remained only the pure light of hope. Elliot and Isabella knew that the mirror's curse was finally broken. The town would no longer live in fear, and the shadows of the past would be dispelled by the radiance of their victory. As they emerged from the underground chamber, the townsfolk greeted them with tears of joy and gratitude. Elliot and Isabella had become true symbols of hope and courage, their legacy forever intertwined with the town's history. The journey they had undertaken had been arduous, filled with sacrifice and uncertainty. Yet, through it all, they had discovered the strength that lay within the human heart, the power to confront darkness and embrace the light. Elliot and Isabella knew that their journey had taught them profound lessons, and they would forever carry the memories of their struggles and triumphs. Their lives had been forever changed, and their bond had grown stronger with each obstacle they faced. As they walked side by side, they felt a renewed sense of purpose and a profound connection to the town they had saved. The light of hope had guided them through the darkest of times, and they knew that as long as they held onto it, darkness would never prevail. Their legacy would be one of unity, love, and the courage to confront the shadows that lurked in every heart. They had become more than just heroes, they were beacons of hope for a world that would forever remember the tale of Elliot and Isabella, the ones who embraced the light and banished darkness from their lives. The tale of Elliot and Isabella's triumph over the mirror's curse spread far beyond their town, becoming a timeless legend of courage and hope. Their legacy touched the hearts of countless souls, inspiring generations to come. The town, once shrouded in fear, had transformed into a vibrant community. The mansion, once haunted by a dark past, now stood as a symbol of resilience and redemption. Elliot and Isabella's names were etched in the town's history, forever remembered as the heroes who faced the shadows and emerged victorious. As the years passed, the memory of the mirror's curse began to fade. The town's children played in its streets, unaware of the malevolence that had once lurked there. The light of hope became a cherished artifact, displayed in the town's museum, a reminder of the power of love and sacrifice. Elliot and Isabella's lives had taken a different course. Their bond remained unbreakable, and their love blossomed into a beautiful partnership. They became revered figures, sought after for their wisdom and guidance. Together, they journeyed across distant lands, sharing their tale and spreading hope wherever they went. Their adventures touched the lives of many, and they became symbols of unity and compassion in a world often clouded by darkness. Yet, despite their fame, Elliot and Isabella remained humble and grounded. They never forgot the trials they had faced or the strength they had found in each other. Their love continued to grow, as did their desire to make a difference in the lives of others. As the years turned into decades, the tale of Elliot and Isabella became enshrined in legend and myth. The mirror's curse became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the dangers that lay in succumbing to darkness. The town they had saved continued to thrive, forever grateful for the gift of hope that Elliot and Isabella had bestowed upon them. They knew that as long as the light of hope endured, darkness would never find a foothold in their hearts. And so, the legacy of Elliot and Isabella lived on, timeless and eternal. Their tale transcended the boundaries of time and space, a beacon of light that would forever guide those who faced the shadows in their lives. Their love had not only broken a curse, but had also illuminated the path for countless others to follow. In the annals of history, their names would forever be intertwined with the notion that even in the darkest of times, love, sacrifice, and the embrace of the light would conquer all. And so, the tale of Dark Mirror lives on, passed down through generations, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity. As long as hope and love endure, the shadows of the past will forever be banished, and the legacy of Elliot and Isabella will continue to shine brightly, guiding all who face the darkness with the eternal light of hope.